Now, welcome to another edition of TikTok Hot Takes. In these videos, I really like doing these videos because it allows me to be more free and open and allow me to look at some of the things people are saying in the basketball community and allows me to give my perspective and opinions on them. Now, here is another edition of TikTok Hot Takes, and let's start with the first.
His playmaking is overrated. I think he's a very good passer. You can make a claim he was a top 10 passer of all time. Top 5 is ridiculous.
Name me 5 guys better passing than him.
Jason Kidd, Magic Johnson, LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic. Based on longevity, I guess you can take Stockton, but we're just talking about your ability to pass the ball. Luka's already better than John Stockton ever was.
Now, with this take, I agree with because I am in the ballpark where I believe John Stockton is one of the most overrated players of all time. He's not the most overrated player of all time. That's different video, different opinion of the day. But John Stockton is very overrated because he was very heavily influenced by that system. Now, if you look at the Utah Jazz before John Stockton got there, the point guard who was on the Jazz before John Stockton also was heavily getting assists and heavily being the true point guard on that team because of the system their head coach ran. I forgot his name off the top of my head, but the system the head coach ran, Utah Jazz, allowed the point guard to be a quote-unquote true point guard, and it allowed them to facilitate the offense and only be the sole playmaker on the team. So if you're John Stockton, who gets inserted in that spot since the point guard left or he got traded, I forgot which one happened. Since you get inserted in that spot as starting point guard and you're playing with a top player of all time in Karl Malone, you're going to get your assist up and you're going to get your stats up. And because of his longevity and his steals, the steals and assists he got wasn't that credible, if that makes sense. He is a top 5 playmaker because you're not a trash playmaker. I mean, he's a top 10, top 5 playmaker because you're not a trash playmaker if you have the most assists of all time. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he should have been the best playmaker of all time because of his assists that he has gotten. His assists has come by the heavily influenced system that the Utah Jazz put on John Stockton, and as well as him playing with Karl Malone, who was exceptional at the pick and roll thing. So in the pick and roll, people was really worried about John Stockton shooting. Now, at some points, people was worried about him shooting because he made some clutch shots to send him to some place they need to go. But in a pick and roll situation, more people are worried about Karl Malone and John Stockton making that pass because Karl Malone is exceptional running the pick and roll. So I agree with this take. John Stockton is not as good as you think he is as a playmaker, as a player of all time.
Kevin Garnett was overrated. Like, he's not even a top 5 power forward, if you ask me.
Okay, there's more to talk, but that's what I want to show because the rest of it is just bullcrap. So now him saying that Kevin Garnett is overrated. Now, in my opinion, Kevin Garnett is not overrated because people have him really rated properly, if that makes sense. We just started talking about him more recently, but most of the basketball community has Kevin Garnett rated pretty highly. So I don't know how he's overrated. That's one. 2, Kevin Garnett has played in one of the toughest conferences ever. If you go back to that team and who Kevin Garnett played with, he was consistently leading that team to over 45 or 50 wins. And that is hard to do. But even when you do that in that tough Western Conference, you're gonna go against a good team. Kevin Garnett played in a stretch where the Western Conference was so tough, where even if you had 50, 55 games, you don't get another team who also has 55, 56, 60 games because of how tough the people he had to go against. So that's just a failed point. And also him saying that he had to go on the Celtics to win a championship with 3 Hall of Famers. If you look at the people that you have above him that he said in the video, or most greatest players of all time, you have to go with other Hall of Famers as well to win a championship. Winning a championship is not something that is easy and something that can just happen quickly with role players or people who are not good, especially in today's league. The where Kevin was playing at, the area he was playing at, more players was coming up and being more talented than we already were. So even though Kevin Garnett had a team with 2 Hall of Famers and he had to make it to the finals because he had 3 Hall of Famers, that doesn't mean that he's not a bad player. The Celtics team was one of the best defensive units we have ever seen. I'm going to just say in the modern era, but that Celtics defensive team was one of the best defensive units I have ever seen with my 2 own eyes watching basketball games that I've been watching recently, because the Celtics weren't an amazing defensive unit. I don't understand why he is calling Kevin Garnett overrated, a tryhard, and he didn't do anything on both ends. He led the Timberwolves to the Western Conference Finals, and if their full team was healthy, I believe that they could have beaten the Lakers in a 7-game series because of how good Kevin Garnett was playing, and he was able to elevate his team and the impact he had. Kevin Garnett did not have an MVP for no reason. Kevin Garnett was not consistently in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation for no reason. He is an amazing two-way player, but he's not overrated. And I understand people he has above him like Giannis, Dirk, or Tim Duncan. That's usual people who have them above Kevin Garnett. But he's not overrated, and Kevin Garnett is one of the greatest players of all time, and he just really disrespects him like that.
In the biggest moments, I don't trust Jokic, man. In the biggest moments, you know what I'm saying?
Have you seen him in the biggest moments, though, Ticket? I mean, you can't trust a guy in the biggest moments until you see him.
Hold on, we saw him in the Western Conference Finals with a chance to go to the NBA Finals, yes.
Right, and we saw him, and I'd like to think that Joker in 20 is a different player than Joker in 23.
And an old Dwight Howard and then put something on him a couple games in that.
Okay, so his point that Ticket is making in this video, I semi-understand what he's saying, because in that series, Jokic did have a chance to go to the NBA Finals, and he couldn't do it. Yes, I understand his points a little bit, but you have to understand that Jokic was still going as a player. Jokic right now is way better than Jokic was in the bubble. Now, because the reason why I said it is because Jokic is better defensively than he already is. I don't know why people are saying that Jokic is not a good defender, because if you watch him play now, Jokic is a better defender than he was in previous years. Jokic is not a liability anymore on the defensive end. But anyway, Jokic is a better leader and a better player than he is now. The way he played last season, it was able to take that team to the playoffs, and even though they lost the Warriors in 5 or 6 games, but he was still able to almost do something to them. Jokic is a better leader now than he was in the bubble, and I feel like if we see him now when he failed, then his point makes sense by him, selling in the playoffs and him selling not those times. But right now, I still have hope in Jokic and him helping his team and really stepping up in those moments, because I believe that he can now. Even though he couldn't back then, especially in the bubble, he grew as a player now and he's able to be better. So I believe Jokic can do it now. Okay, so now about this TikTok, there's two sides to the coin about this TikTok. So there's two things that I like to tackle. One, he is semi-correct, because now I value impact and defense sometimes more than other people. Now, one thing that Klay Thompson brings to the Warriors is shooting and his defense, but people overrate his defense very much. Now, don't get me wrong, Klay Thompson is a good defender, but when you say that he is an elite defender, he's able to stop elite players, he cannot do that. But he is a good defender. It's not like I wouldn't put him on the players, but I wouldn't put him on the best players. I will put Draymond Green on those best players. And the reason why this take isn't really that bad is because Draymond Green's playmaking he's able to provide is very important for that team. Because if you look at the team and how they play, they have Draymond Green really dribble up the floor sometimes as much as Steph Curry or more than Steph Curry, because it allows Steph Curry to move around and it allows people to play more and get around the ball more because of Draymond's playmaking ability. Because if Curry is moving around the court and he's playing off ball, well, people are worried about Curry making a three, because I'm worried about Steph Curry getting hot and him scoring threes. So if Steph Curry is moving off the ball and around the court, people can cut easily and people can get open more easier, because everybody's watching Steph Curry trying to get open. So that's very valuable for Draymond Green, because he is able to see more than Steph Curry sometimes in his playmaking end, because the way Draymond Green is a playmaker. He's also a very good versatile defender. He is able to defend mostly every position, and the Warriors are able to go small ball with him, so it makes their offense go faster, because when Draymond Green plays defense against the boards, he's able to run transition offense, and that is very good for how the Warriors play and their system they play in. So Draymond Green, I can see if you said he's more valuable than Klay Thompson, or I can see why you say Klay Thompson is more valuable than Draymond Green, because Klay Thompson provides the second-hand shooting that helps Steph Curry out, and he provides the second-hand offense and the defense as well on the perimeter end. Now, I do believe that Steph Curry, that Klay Thompson's defense is overrated sometimes. Yes, I believe that Klay Thompson's defense is overrated. But if you want to say that Draymond Green is more valuable than Klay Thompson, I'm not mad at you for this take. It's not really that bad of a take if you believe that. But also, every player on the Warriors is valuable to that team. Steph Curry is the most valuable, Draymond Green is valuable, and Klay Thompson. All three of them together make this team the way it is. All three of them together make that dynasty.
LeBron James is not a top 5 player in the NBA right now.
Oh my God, bro. He just finished. He's just coming off year averaging 30.
The guy is trying to prove himself in the Drew League, and he's dropping 2 of 13 from 3. Ridiculous.
All right, name 5 better than him right now.
Number 1, Giannis.
All right.
2, Jokic.
Right.
3, Luka.
Right.
4, Steph. And I have Embiid at 5.
No, not Embiid.
LeBron
Not
is
Embiid.
37. He does not play no defense. He cannot carry a team no more. He's begging for Kyrie right now. He literally cannot make the playoffs. Like, I don't know what to say about this.
Okay, this is the final take. Now, some of the stuff he said, I'm going to take as a joke. Like the Drew League thing, 2 for 13. I'm taking it as a joke. I'm going to take that lightly. But him having Embiid over LeBron, if you have Embiid over LeBron, I need better reasons why. Because his reasons didn't really make sense. Because him saying that LeBron can't carry a team anymore. LeBron's not supposed to be able to do that. Because LeBron is 37. And he is on a team that is, one, not going to be able to be carried, if that makes sense. The way LeBron is playing now, LeBron is playing with more passes he used to play. LeBron does not play more aggressive like he was playing in the Cavs and Heat. Because, one, LeBron is 37 years old. As we know, he's getting older and older and older. So he's not going to be able to play more than he's playing. But him still be able to be a positive on the court and him still be able to have 30 points is something to say, because his best player is supposed to be Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is supposed to be the roots of the Lakers team, and LeBron's supposed to be able to take a step back. So LeBron having to do everything on the Lakers floor, play defense, play make, score, that is going to take a toll on LeBron James. So LeBron James has to dial one of them back. So he's dialing his defense back. Yes, I will say that. But LeBron shouldn't be that low because of his defense, if that makes sense. Because you have Luka I want to see his reasoning for having Luka number 3. Because Luka can carry a team, yes, and Luka is great offensively, but Luka has no defense. I want to see his reasoning for having Embiid number 5 over LeBron James, because Embiid does play defense. Embiid is an elite defender, yes, and Embiid does have mixed offense. But Embiid also does not be on the floor. He is very injury riddled. He has moments where he can't really go higher than he already is because of his injuries, and it takes his team back. So I want to see his reasoning for having Embiid at 5 over LeBron James, because LeBron didn't play every game last season, but LeBron played enough games where he was able to try to do something with the Lakers team, but the Lakers didn't make the playoffs, not because of LeBron James. LeBron James hasn't missed the playoffs that often, so that was just a very points, because he only missed the playoffs last season because of his team. He made it the year before but lost to the Suns, yes. And he made it the year before and then won the NBA championship. So I don't understand how LeBron James is outside the top 5, since he's in my top 5, just for the simple fact of it's LeBron James. It's not really meat writing, it's just I know how good LeBron James is, and I know that he has to step back a little bit. So, by logic, he should go down a little bit, yes. But by the way he played last season, by him supposed to be able to step back, is I know LeBron James still has in him. So I'll still have him in my top 5 going into next season. Thanks for watching the end of the video. Go ahead and like and subscribe for more NBA content like this. I have more scripted videos coming out more soon. These are just way easier for me to record and edit, and it allows me to be more consistent than I already was. So it allows me to upload more and be able to get more videos out. I have more scripted videos coming out and more highly edited videos. These are just easy, and it gives y'all more content. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and get ready for more NBA content as the regular season is coming to